Hey, what's up, Dragon Brood? We gotta try some mono black discard today. And y'all seem to like those decks when we put them up, so we're gonna see what's up. I also want to give credit here because I did something with my lands after seeing a list from Yeoman 5, which makes a lot of sense. So credit to you, bro, for what we're gonna talk about here in a second. But the list, we did get some cool new cards that fit, so we're gonna go with this. So we've got a couple of cut down. Not a surprise, we all know what cut down is. We've seen a bunch of it. Hopeless Nightmare as some of our 1-mana discard. We're also going with a couple of copies of Ruthless Negotiation, which is one of the new ones. Just your opponent exiles a cards, their choice from their hand, but you can play this from your graveyard and you get to draw a card. Also has flashback, so that's pretty cool. And Bandit's Talent. Now this card makes your opponent discard 2 cards unless they discard a non-land card, which is super nice. But then you also get to deal damage to them if they have very few cards in hand. And you also get to draw a card if you go to level 3. So there's a lot going on with this card. It's actually pretty sweet. Additional to that, another new card we're going to try out is Cruel Claw's Heist. This card's actually pretty sweet because you get to take something from your opponent's hand, but you can gift them a card first, so you get to see an additional card. And if you gave them the gift, then you get to play that card at any point in the future, which is super nice. So we're going to see if this makes a difference or not. What I like about the card, though, is that if your opponent doesn't have anything in hand, you can give them something and then just get access to that card. Of course, Deep Cavern Bats, no surprise there. Go for the throat. Typical removal we expect. Of course, we're going to be playing some Liliana. Good for removal and discard. Now, one of the new cards we've seen both in discard decks and in Lizards, especially in the streamer event and over the weekend, is Thought Stalker Warlock. It's a 3-mana 2/2 with Menace. When it enters the battlefield, if the opponent lost life that turn, you actually get to choose a non-land card from their hand and they discard it. Otherwise, they just discard a card whenever you play this. So again, just more discard, fueling that whole thing. No surprise, we're playing Hostile Investigator. We've been seeing this even in non-discard decks, just Golgari Midrange, various other mono black stuff. Like, it's just really good. Gives you a way to draw cards, makes your opponent discard stuff. It's a 4/3 body. Not much to complain about on that one. And then our last couple of cards we're playing should come as no surprise. A couple of copies of Shieldred, and of course Aglazotz to be our kind of over-the-top finisher. So yeah, now, those lands we were talking about. We're obviously going to be playing a lot of swamps because, black, right? But I was kind of debating on what lands I want to play. What creature lands do we want, right? And I think ultimately I wanted Restless Cottage, but I wasn't totally sure how I want them to fit in there. So with the help of Fable Passage, you can get access to more forest. So this could allow you to take care of the mana requirements on Restless Cottage a little bit easier. And you don't have to play that many tap land, which is also nice, right? Because effectively, if things go our way, our only real tap land will be Restless Cottage. And then if we need green for it, we can either use another cottage or we can use the forest. So it means you effectively have like 9 lands to get you green mana. So that's actually pretty cool. We'll see if it works out. Now, as per the usual, if you want this deck list after you see it in the action, because the more of the video you watch, the more you help the channel. So please watch more of the video. But afterwards, if you do like it and you want to download it, it'll be over at Moxfield, a channel sponsor. It's where we post our deck list. They're super nice to us. So post your deck list there too. But for now, let's go see if we can rip our opponent's hand apart and get some wins. All right, I guess we're going to keep it. Ooh. Yeah, I think we still play this first. I was going to try to go ahead and just play the Hopeless Nightmare, but there's really no point. We can sort of just take our time, do what we need to do here. Well, double feed the cycle, huh? Well, I guess we won't be holding on to a Deep Cavern Bat very long. It's okay, though. Yeah, not blocking for obvious reasons. Okay. Alright. I guess we attack first. See how the opponent feels about it. Works for me. Then we go ahead and play this. Now to see if they want to get rid of those cards. Okay, they did. Alright. Sounds good. Ooh. How much do we want to risk here? I guess you don't have to risk that much here. I think we can take our time with this. Let's go get a forest. And then, actually, we could... Hopeless Nightmare, then Liliana. They'd have to activate their land to attack Liliana. I guess we're okay with that. Sure, why not? Probably better to use a Ruthless Negotiation there, though, now that I'm thinking about it, because then we at least get something for it, whereas we always get at least damage out of Hopeless Nightmare. Untapped land means Liliana's dead. Alright, fair enough. Ultimately, we're kind of okay with that, right? Liliana killed a creature, kept at least 4 damage off of us. We're still going to get to empty the opponent's hand here. So, like, this is fine. Go ahead and get another swamp. And then we'll go ahead and just do this. And we'll level this up. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so they're going to sack to draw a card, which is probably good here. I'm going to say, give you some extra options to mess around with. Cut down does nothing under the circumstances. So let's go ahead and level this. Yeah, I think we just passed the turn. Uh-oh, is our hostile investigator dead? Nope, they're going to sack some stuff to Greta here. Alright, 4/4. Gonna sack Food Maker a 5/5. Seems reasonable if that's the play. I think I'm not gonna block here, because we technically have multiple blockers next turn, depending on what goes down. Yeah, that resolves. I mean, they were gonna get their 2 food either way. Not what we wanted to draw. That is at least a body, and that counts for something here. So let's go ahead and play it. Alright, and then we will pass the turn. Wouldn't have minded one of those just being a land, though. Yep. Opponent goes to 11. Where are all our kill spells at? I'm just realizing we've drawn like 1 Liliana, 1 cut down. We need more help. Yep, that makes sense. We're probably just double blocking Greta. Because, like, if they have to spend extra mana to kill us, then that's fine. That takes the majority of a turn. Alright, well, there's a go for the throat, finally. So that's kind of exciting. Man, these Ruthless Negotiations are not really doing much, huh? I think we go ahead and just do this. Level up the second one. Oh, that's a nice one. So they're just doing Golgari Food is what it is. Alright. No attacks. We'll pass. By the way, the only reason I considered doing the negotiation is because I could have still go for the throat and draw a card. But here, if we survive the turn, then we just get to deal extra damage and possibly just kill them in 2 turns. Okay, they didn't have a protective spell, so that's good. And that does it. Alright, cool. Ooh, boy. Alright, let's do it. Let's see if this... We obviously got to draw lands, but maybe we get out of trouble? Let's pass the turn and see what we can do. And against Evolve Sleepers, huh? Alright. This is probably their own version of Mono Black something or other. Alright, well, good news is we found some lands. Getting rid of a cut down. Alright. What's the play here? Just hit us for 1 and play what? Nope, just leaving mana open for removal. Well, if that's the case, there's no point in us playing any type of creature here, right? So we'll just play Liliana and make them sacrifice the thing.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
I mean, that being said, they might have their own Liliana or Preacher or who knows what. We'll find out in a second. Nope, they do not. So we're going to play this. Go get a swamp. Play Investigator. Because even if it dies, they discard a card. We can play Stalker and draw next turn. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and plus this, Liliana. We'll just go ahead and...
I'm tired.
I'll gamble on drawing another land. I think under the circumstances, if we can just rip their hand, we might as well. Well, we kind of got what we wanted anyway. Oh, we didn't get the thing because they ended up killing it. I forgot about it. That is an actual real option. Then the question is, yeah, I mean, Alright, let's make you discard a card. I think I'm just going to hold on to this Liliana for a second. And then I'm just going to play this dude, because this will take another card from them. Possibly just dies to removal here. Their hand wasn't all that, though. They had a Liliana and a Flesh Gorger, so not a lot going on there. Yeah, even if they had the land, it wasn't really crazy. Yeah, okay, that wasn't much of a game, unfortunately. This seems like a keeper. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, here come the rabbits. Yeah, this is going to be tough if I don't have a turn 2 play here. Because they might just get too far ahead. Or a cut down at the very least. They just get rid of a land there? They did. Oh, this looks like somebody playing my mono green list. Look at that. I'll go ahead and do this and go get that forest right now. Oh no, this is different because they're playing Royal Treatment. All right. So right now the plan is probably Liliana, make them sacrifice a creature. Oh, but then we got a bat. Does bat change what we want to do? You get this for free next turn, so you play one or both of the cards you have. I mean, okay, sure, I will. I have like a giant growth? Oh, it's just another royal treatment. Okay, well, good news, bad news. We get a free block here, I guess, with no real penalties, so that's all right. But I think we're going to be a bit behind here. And we also have to hope whatever's in their hand isn't something crazy. Alright, so we're going to try to hit this. Then if we're somehow not dead, then Liliana, draw a card, make opponent sacrifice a thing, maybe is valid. I don't know. Okay, so they had a land. Any chance you just want to draw back-to-back lands to your opponent? I doubt it. But I can always put in the request, I suppose. Well, one of them was a land. Oh, gross. That's really bad for us. Yeah, now you just have a bunch of tramplers here, right? Can we even win? I don't even think we can. I think we're just dead. Alright. You know, while this is interesting, I think we're still at times running into like the typical stuff that discard decks do. Is just you need other things to finish the game sometimes. I don't know if that means we need more Shieldred or whatever, but I think I want to find room for a couple of Preachers, ultimately. Like, we haven't even drawn Cruel Call's Heist yet, which is kind of disappointing, because I kind of wanted to see how that was going to work out. But we're also not getting a lot of value out of Ruthless Negotiation. So I'm willing to cut those, and I feel like one of something else. I don't know what something else should be. Maybe the Thoughtstalker could be a thing to cut here. And then just play 3 Preacher. I think is what I want to do. Alright. Alright, I mean, we gotta keep this. This is one where it's like, it's not flashy, but it's good enough. Oh, Tiny Bones joins up. Are they doing some of the same, maybe? Alright, well, we'll find out. Oh, so this is just a bunch of crimey-rimey stuff. Yeah, I guess we just take the cut down. At least if they're going to kill stuff, make them use the good removal on the Deep Cavern Bat. See, I was thinking they might actually lead with Vadmir here, but they did not. So now this is kind of interesting. I mean, we're going to attack, obviously. But I'm trying to think, like, what's the benefit that we could get by with Liliana here? If we make them sacrifice a thing... Yeah, I think we just do that. I can't see why not. And then hope we draw an untapped land so we can double up this stuff here. Yep, you got it. No land, no land. Come on. Okay, it wasn't a land. Good job. Well, that doesn't change much of anything, does it? Alright, under the circumstances, I think we attack. They have a cut down? Okay, they found another cut down. Okay, so that's a thing. Though this starts to get a little better here, so let's make each player discard, right? We'll go ahead and get rid of a Liliana. And we end the turn. Because, like, we know one card in their hand doesn't do anything to us. We have multiple answers to Vadmir, so we don't care, really. Alright, you get Braids. Ah, there's the land we've been waiting on. Dang it. Alright, well, it is what it is. Still would like there to be another swamp on top. Because then that would allow us to make them discard. Ugh, darn it. Should have made them discard first, honestly, but it's whatever. Sequencing, though, they would possibly discard differently if they thought they were still have Braids. Exactly. Then they find another one, so... Alright. Feel free to sack the enchantment and get an extra card. I do not mind. Oh, that was excellent, actually. If there's going to be a sequence of cards, that's the one. If we're not going to draw lands at any point.
Personal space.
All right, let's try this. Did they have another Braids? Wow. Oh, no. Yeah, they did. They had 3 of them. Look at that. Okay, I mean, if they get a threat now, we don't have anything to deal with it, so... Alright. Oh, they must have a kill spell. Yep, we'll level one of these up. We'll make us each discard. Alright.
You won't be outsmarting me.
So now if they draw removal or land, it doesn't hurt all that much. Well... I guess we're on make them sacrifice a thing here.
I'm done here. This isn't how things sacrifices must be made.
And then this is already leveled up. This one is not. This takes 3. Ugh. Alright, well. We are dealing 4 a turn here. And if we get an untapped land, I was like, we can still attack with a 4/4, so it's not nothing. Alright, don't hate it. This is what these are here for. Removing... I don't even know what we remove here. I guess just another relevant creature, maybe? I don't know. I guess it could be spells since they're playing Karavak, but it doesn't matter, I guess. I would say you might as well chump block. Yeah. Because these are 2 more turns by themselves. We're going to get it done here. Alright. Why do I feel like they have a kill spell in hand? But even if they do, we just let them have it. Like, you do you. If you got it, you got it. Okay. And then these do 4 more. Never really even had to level to get the cards, as it stood. Yep. Well, sure. Why not? Probably another kill spell. Oh, it was a Shieldred. Wow, okay. And those just kill them on their turn. Okay, cool. Alright, let's keep this. I was like debating what I wanted to do, but this is probably fine. Pass the turn. Good news, bad news. If this is a control deck, then, you know, all this discard stuff could be kind of nice. Let's go ahead and get this in case the situation arises where we need it. And let's try the first thing to get countered here. Oh, it did not get countered. All right, that's good. Oh, was not expecting to see a flanker. What are you up to over there, opponent? And there's a Tidebinder. Okay, yeah, I for real don't know what the opponent's doing right now then. like, no lies, don't know what the opponent's doing. Not saying what they're doing's bad, I just have no idea what's going down over there. Alright, we have another, let's try this then. If nothing else, we could block a Tidebinder. Now, if we can get to 4 on tap land, we have a combination of bat talent, but we can pick and choose what we need to get through. Alright. So we'll play another Tidebinder, that's fine. We're not too worried about that. And if given the choice, we'll block the Tidebinder that's affecting the Deep Cavern Bat, obviously. Oh, well, they're going to lock down, so, well, okay. Yeah, I don't know what we're up against. Like, I have not seen anything remotely like this. So I don't know what's happening at all right now.
Enough with the mysteries.
That being said, I don't know, maybe there's multiple lockdowns in their hand and they were waiting for other opportunities or something. Oh gosh, this did not go well, did it?
I'm tired of your secrets.
I'm gonna get rid of one bat. Because I feel like I want the other cards. Alright, we'll try this. I mean, it probably gets countered, but we haven't drawn any land. Okay, that's fine. And then obviously we lose Liliana here, but reasonable. We can live with that.
I'll be back.
Oh, Deck, come on, man. Like, what are you doing to us? Third path? Yeah, I guess we'll take that. I don't know. So the opponent's doing nothing here. Oh, that's not a bad card for us to have, I guess. Let's try this first. They're gonna get lost that. Alright. And they're holding on to a Tidebinder. Alright. This has to counter a triggered ability, though, right? Yeah, alright. Then we just do this.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch
I mean,
me.
obviously, that's what's going to happen here, but that's totally fine. Because, I mean, they either just kill her or they just attack us for 3, and, like, that's fine. She's turned off right now. But if we can get them to spend some mana, which it looks like we just did. Oh, and they went after her anyway. Great. Excellent.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Got another removal card finally? Nope. Alright. Seal from existence, though. Alright. Fair enough. Like you do you, opponent. Interesting that they didn't use the other land there. Okay, they are. I was like wondering why they didn't do that pre-combat. It was a little bit peculiar. Let's level this. Pass the turn. Alright, we will try to kill it. No more alive. Sure. Why not? I can't really make them discard multiple things here. So yeah, we're just dead. Right? Not quite, I guess. We're real close. We've just been stuck on mana. Hard to win under the circumstances. I have a feeling that's another No More Lies. Yep. You got it. Yeah, we literally can't win. Alright. Yeah, let's keep it. Oh, this is where we needed to be on the play, right? This is interesting. I think I'm going to go about this a little bit differently here and see if I can try to limit a few of their options. And then we go bat. Bat probably dies, but we try to take something. And then other bat probably dies, but we try to take something. And then we see where we are after that. Okay, that's somewhat good. I mean, this is where it gets a little dicey, right? I mean, we don't even need to focus on the bat. They do play protective spells, though. I'm gonna play a bat. I wasn't sure I wanted to, but okay. So they do have Audacity. Otherwise, they could fling something or they could draw cards. Like, all right, I guess we take this. Yep, draw some cards, see what you find. Seems like that's a smart plan here. All right, so more creatures, but no real threats to us here, actually. I mean, all told, that's about as good as we could have hoped for, you know? Like, I'm not terribly mad at that. Okay, so if we take this, then they're forced back to drawing cards again. We're at 13. That would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they got a giant growth, be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ugh. I mean, there are some ways we die here. This is a sorcery? Alright, I think I have to play to kill something. I think that's where we're at. As much as I'd want to get rid of that card, I feel like on a later turn where I can play like bat and go for the throat, it's probably more worthwhile. Oh, that's not even... Oh, they already drew cards. For some reason, I thought they drew that off of the other one, but it's the same one. So yeah, that makes sense. Alright, kill this guy. They can save it if they can save it. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay. We knew that was a possibility, so... Not going to sweat that too much. Liliana, you're cool, but not quite what we're looking for. So we take that. We attack for 1. Go to 6 in the turn. Hopefully that's just a land. No blocks. Okay, well. We take 3. Alright, we're still playing Magic. I don't know what the heck's in there. Oh, because it's got to be a land. Because, like, what else is in their hand here? Alright, we're going to play this. Because we might get to chump block something if we're lucky. In the turn. Otherwise, we just get to block and gain a point. That's okay, too. I mean, obviously you have something here, but... Sure. Ooh, try to rage it. Nice, but we will not allow such things. We are still going to go to 1, though. Which is not super pleasant, but it's a thing. Have the opponent lose a life.
More distractions. Let's make this quick. I've always hated cards.
Alright, we can go to 4, but anything they draw that pumps their creature, we die. So we can really only attack with 2 and hope they get something without trample here, I think. I mean, if it's just a land or whatever, we're still blocking. I mean, like, that's... Okay. I was gonna say, if you're going after Liliana, then, like, we're really good. Okay. Heartfire. That could sacrifice and hit us, which is not great. Alright, now we have a 4/4 land, possibly. But no, we still make them sacrifice a thing, right? Because this just deals damage to each opponent. So we'd go to 3. Yeah, I think we still do it. It's one of those ones you don't love, but like, it's still the right thing to do, I think.
I've come for answers.
Because I'm gonna... Oh, they didn't sacrifice that. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense too, though. Alright, well... I'm gonna go to 6. Alright, Liliana's dead. What else we got?
Fine. I'll take my zombies and leave.
Nothing, as it turns out. Alright, we're attacking. Alright, we're at 8. Opponent's going to 3. I mean, if something just pumps the Heartfire guy, we're just blocking. Yeah. Okay, I feel like this took a little bit to get to a build that I would say I really like. We still never really got to see the Gruul Claws heist in play, so that's a little tough because I think the card is actually still reasonable. And in the later games, I don't think we actually drew the Preachers after we made the changes, so that was a little tough too. I think we have the Preachers, but we didn't necessarily draw them. I guess here's an interesting thing. I would probably be more inclined to even cut the Thoughtstalker Warlock. Because I feel like, let's see, we have the 4 Hopeless Nightmare, we have the 4 Bandit's Talent, so that's 8. 2 Gruul Claws Heist, that's 10. The Deep Cavern Bats is 14. 3 Lilianas, technically, I guess, is 17. Hostile Investigators, 21. Plus Aclazotz is 22. That's a lot of discard cards, even if we cut the Stalker. I think the Stalker's pretty sweet, but I think the other issue is, unless we already have a Bandit's Talent working, I don't know if we can guarantee... Well, even then, we don't deal damage. We deal damage during their turn, right? With the heist, or with the talent. They give each opponent's upkeep. Yeah, so that's kind of the problem here, really. Unless we have Hopeless Nightmare, I guess, or a Deep Cavern Bat, you're not really dealing damage to be able to take advantage of the Thoughtstalker. So I would probably even just make a 4th Preacher and something else. I don't know what something else is. I'll have to think about what that last spot is before we roll this video out. But I feel like maybe that's where we put the Gruul Claws heist, maybe. You know, I don't know. Could be another cut down. Could be another... Wait, there's enough spot removal. Let's see. Like, just to go to destroy creature. Something that's like just a couple of mana. We'll just play another one of those. It could be Bitter Triumph, I suppose, would be reasonable. We don't have that much life gain, though, so we could just play another Shieldred. I think that's also fine. But I don't know, there's Long Goodbye that exiles stuff, so I mean, I guess that's fine. I guess it doesn't exile, just destroys, but it's 3 or less. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. But I think we do need to play one more removal card of some kind in here. I mean, maybe if we wanted to, you could play one Tear Asunder. I mean, if you just wanted to catch all to get rid of, like, enchantments and stuff, too. I guess that would be more useful. But, nah, I'll just play another, like, Gruul Claws Heist or something or whatever. I'll craft that later. But this is probably what I'll put up for the list. Because, again, I think it's just a situation when you're playing discard decks, you end up later in the game, you kind of have a game drawn out because you don't have a lot going on, right? You don't have significantly sized threats, except for like, you know, the 4 mana stuff plus. Like, you don't have a lot of early action, so, you know, you do need a little bit more removal. I think I'm still going to make that last Cruel Claw Slice one more removal before this video goes live. But overall, my assessment of would I build this and play this? Right now, I want to say no. I feel like, even though I don't think our first build was the best, and we struggled through some games while I was testing this, I felt like it was fine, but there's a lot of dead spaces where I could have seen, like, well, if our opponent draws this with haste, we probably die. Or if they stick a Planeswalker here, there's not going to be much I could do. You know, I felt like there were a lot of times where it's just, you didn't have a lot to come back with. You know, now if you have everything locked up, it's great, and I think it's fine. But I think there are a lot of situations where you can kind of be doing everything the deck wants to do, but the opponent could still get a sweet top deck and get out of trouble. Not saying that's perfect or a way to avoid that or whatever, just saying it's a thing that exists, so just kind of keep that in mind. But the deck is playable. You will get some wins. I think right now, while the metagame's trying to settle in, I don't know what the overall consistency would be, but the deck itself is actually solid. Not a surprise, though. Mono black discard's been a thing. So I guess I'll leave you with that. But the deck we're going to post up is going to be 3 Cut Down, 4 Hopeless Nightmare, 4 Bandit's Talent, 2 Cruel Claw Heist, some other removal of something. I don't know what it's going to be yet. 4 Deep Cavern Bat, 4 Go for the Throat, 3 Liliana, 4 Preacher, 4 Hostile Investigator, 2 Shieldred, 1 Aclazotz, 15 Swamp, a Forest, 4 Restless Cottage, and 4 Fable Passage. Now, if you like these heavy monocolor decks, I actually played a mono green list that's really good and uses several new cards to full effect. So green might be back on the menu for you if that's what you've been looking for. So check out that video. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.